Not sponsored, but Spindrift is really good. Hello and welcome back to What Now? I haven't filmed an episode in a little bit. Sorry about that. I was a little busy and yeah, school just was schooling and life was lifing. But I think a lot of my followers are also busy right now because it is almost the end of the semester. So I was thinking of doing like a shorter episode today where I'm going to talk about things that I'm unlearning. And then I have a couple that I came up with, but then also I asked you guys on Instagram and Spotify. No, Instagram and TikTok what you guys are unlearning. So we're just going to talk about what we're all unlearning. So I'm just going to start with some of the ones that I came up with. And then just go from there, and then I'll read yours and we'll just talk about it, and it's going to be so chill and hopefully cool. And yeah. Okay. So, I have my notes. So I'm going to read off my notes. Okay, my first one was I'm unlearning that being successful means being busy. This was a big one for me throughout my life, even right now, but I always feel so guilty when I'm not busy, especially when like people around you are busy and you're like, am I supposed to be doing more? But like also, you're allowed to be good at time management. Like you're allowed to have free time. Maybe you're just really productive. That's what I like to tell myself. But like that doesn't mean that you're not successful. I personally find myself to be the most successful when I'm actually less busy now because it tells me that like I'm managing my time well. Being busy does not make you any more or less successful. It's just a matter of time. Next one, I'm unlearning that I always have to know what's next. I mean, this is like literally my last podcast episode, but yeah, I've pretty much like, I feel like I've always been the kind of person to be like, oh, what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen. And graduating soon, this is the first time in my life where I don't really know 100% what's next, but it's not like scary. There are like a lot of opportunities for me, and I think that's great. So yeah, I think changing your mindset and knowing that there's just so much to come and it's okay not to know. There's kind of something really fun and beautiful about that because then that just makes opportunities endless for you. Okay, next one. These are like fast, but I figured that would be like better. Okay, next one is I'm unlearning that I have to live every single moment to its fullest to enjoy life. This I'm still unlearning, especially like as I'm almost graduating. I feel like any opportunity I have to like see my friends or do activities or anything, I want to take it. But also keep in mind that like this is like any other time where you have to take care of yourself, and that means probably spending some time alone, doing some self-care, watching Netflix, scrolling on TikTok in a good way. I think that's really useful, and that doesn't mean that you're not living life to your fullest. That just means that you're taking care of yourself so that when you do have these moments where you're spending them with your friends or your family or whatever, you can enjoy them as much as you can. Because burnout is real and it doesn't just happen academically, it also happens socially. So I think that's really important, especially for my seniors. Like, it's okay to take care of yourself, and it's okay that you're not spending every single second of your free time with your friends, with whoever. Take care of yourselves. I love this next one. I'm unlearning that I should sacrifice my mental well-being for anything. I think nothing is worth your mental health because my personal opinion, if your mental health is falling, just like your physical health, you're not going to be doing good. I have never been one to want to pull an all-nighter or I don't know, get things done in time just because I have to, if it means that I'm going to be super anxious the next day or I'm going to have trouble focusing. Like, I can't do that. I would rather take my time, sleep, take care of myself, do what I need to do, but never ever ever sacrifice my mental health because at the end of the day, you should treat your mental well-being like you do your physical well-being. If you're physically sick, you're not going to force yourself to like run a marathon. So if you're not feeling well mentally, why put yourself through that if you don't need to? There's nothing that should be at the expense of you mentally feeling okay. Another one, I'm unlearning that it's bad for people to come and go in your life. I do have hard times sometimes when people are suddenly not in my life anymore. And I think that, and I'm still learning that that's okay. And like, like you hear those people like, I don't know, on TikTok or whatever, and they're like, every person serves their purpose or whatever. I feel like that's true. I mean, like, everybody that's come into my life has taught me something in some way about myself, about the world, whatever. And it's okay if, like, you have friends that are no longer your friends. I think that's totally normal, and that's just part of growing up. And life happens, and there's no bad blood, and you don't have to feel guilty for that. Who knows where life takes you? You get to meet more people, it's exciting. So, yeah. Here's another one. I'm unlearning that I have to lower my standards in every aspect of my life in order to get what I want. Stop lowering your standards. I don't care what it's about. Garbage truck. Okay. Okay. Friends, relationships, career goals. Like, shoot for the stars. Why the frick not? I think that the higher your standards are, the more successful and more fulfilled you're going to be, because you're such an amazing human being, and everybody around you knows that, and you deserve to be treated that way in every aspect of your life. So if you're not being treated that way, move along. Next, seriously. Last one for me, or of my list, is I'm unlearning that I need other people to believe in me in order to believe in myself. And I think like you can also flip it and say, just because people believe in you, you still need to believe in yourself. Jazzy, shout out. What did you said? At the end of the day, you always have you. And I think that hits so hard when it comes to this, because you are your biggest supporter. You are what's getting you through life, through all your challenges, through all of your struggles. So if you don't believe in yourself, what are you doing? Stop caring what people think. Just do you. I mean, I was really, really nervous to make this podcast because, like, it's really exposing, and I'm not used to talking in front of a camera, and it's kind of like awkward sometimes. And like, I still get a little shy when people are like, "You have a podcast?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like, go listen." Like, it's kind of like scary. But at the end of the day, I want to do this, and I'm putting myself out there, and it's really rewarding when, some an episode does well, or I'm getting really good feedback. So at the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself. You don't need other people to believe in you. Um, yeah, I think it goes back to just like being confident in knowing who you are, and dreaming big, and knowing that you're going to succeed, and being open to failing. I mean, I've only done my podcast for 2.5 months now. January, February, March, April. Okay, like 2 months. And I've already seen like so much progress for myself. And I'm like, oh my God, my first video is like, that was not the best. And like, but like I wouldn't know if I didn't do it, because I believed in myself and I knew it was going to get better. So just got to go for it. I need water. Hydration break. Everybody should take a sip of water right now. Okay. All right. Okay, now I'm going to talk about what you guys said you were unlearning. All right, first one. I'm unlearning to always be the friend to text first / go to my friends to visit. They can reach out and make the drive too. Amen. I absolutely agree with this. I think that friendships are not one-sided. You guys should both be putting the work in, and you should treat a friendship literally, it's like a relationship. Like, communication is key. And if you feel like you're the friend that's always being the one to reach out and always texting, in my opinion, you should talk to your other friend on the other side and like say, like, I feel like I'm the one that's putting in the most work, and it doesn't feel fair. And then, based on how they react, you have your answer. Are they willing to grow? Are they willing to take feedback? Are they not? But you should never feel that way, because that's a lot of work, and they should be your friend just as much as you're their friend. Okay, next one. I'm unlearning how to stop taking care of others first and finally take care of myself. Mm-hmm. Yup. You can't take care of others if you can't take care of yourself. I mean, like, for example, my friends and I, like, if we're not feeling great, like, and we say it to each other, and so that we know, like, I'm not in the best headspace right now, so like maybe it's not the best day where like we can have a chat about XYZ or give advice about this or that. And you have to be very self-aware and know yourself and your limits. But at the end of the day, you're doing a disservice to yourself if you're not, prioritizing yourself. And that's not a selfish thing to do. In fact, I think that if you prioritize yourself and you take care of yourself, you're going to be better at helping those around you that you love or that need you. And I think that the people that care about you want what's best for you, and that's for you to be in the best state of mind. So take care of yourself always. I'm unlearning that what people think matters. These are all just like, I 100% agree. I personally, I don't know if you guys feel this way. I definitely feel this way. Like, as I'm getting older, I guess it's because we're just like maturing. But like, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing like little things that I used to care about, what people thought. And like, I'm so happy now because I'll do things and I just do it for me. And I can tell it makes the biggest difference because I'm happier and I don't care what other people think. It's your life. Be the main character of your life. Not selfishly, but, be the main character. Who cares what people think? Do what makes you happy. I'm unlearning that I should feel guilty for saying no. I mean, this applies to like so many different situations. If people don't respect you when you say no to something, then they need to change because that's just disrespectful and they need to respect your boundaries. Whatever you say no to. I just feel that it's like the people that are making you feel guilty, and if that's the case, then that's just terrible. And that's their insecurities being projected on you. Always stand your ground. Never say yes to anything you don't want to say yes to. Next one. Oh, I love this one. Okay, I'm unlearning that you need A's and B's to get the degree. C still get a degree. Okay, I've actually heard this phrase from my therapist, and when she told me this, it kind of like shook me to my core because I've always been like very like I always want to get good grades. Now it's like whatever that means. If I took a harder class, maybe, that's okay. Like I'm allowed to get a B and that's still really good. I learned that that's a good grade for these classes. But I remember like when I was struggling, when I was an econ major in my first semester and I couldn't I just was having a really hard time. Like econ was all new to me. It was just so tricky. And I remember she said, Gabby remembers, C's get degrees. I'm not saying go get C's, but I'm saying that if you put your best work forward and if you work really hard and what you're getting is a C, that's okay. Like life moves on. You're going to be okay. That happened to me. I got a C one time in college and I'm here and I'm okay and I'm living and I'm going to graduate still. And I'm okay about it because I know that I put my hardest work forward and that's all that really matters. So, yeah. 100% agree with that one. Okay, next one. I'm unlearning that taking breaks is a sign of weakness. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is really hard, especially when you get into like a rhythm and you're like working and working and working. And then like it kind of goes back to like feeling guilty for not doing something or like the whole like being not being busy means that you're being successful. Like, no. You need to take breaks or else you won't function and you won't be able to put your best work forward. So yes, 100% agree. And I think, again, this crosses like not just academic, friendships, relationships, jobs. Like, take a break because you're going to burn yourself out if you don't. Next one, I'm unlearning that asking for help means you're weak. Yes. Think about this. Like, when you're in a class and everybody has a question, but nobody's asking it. And then that one kid asks the question and you're like, oh my God, thank goodness that they like asked like the question. Exactly. Like be that person. Ask the question. You're not only helping yourself, you're helping others. And then, I mean, for yourself personally, if you're struggling with something, ask for help. I've become a lot more open asking for help about like post grad and it's intimidating and scary, but like there's so much comfort when people tell you it's going to be okay, you're going to be able to do this, look into this, look into that. Like people don't know that you're struggling if you don't say it. So I'd say know that asking for help can only lead you to something good. Next one, I'm unlearning that change is bad. Change hits me really hard. Like I never do good with change. Even though like I'm learning right now or I'm unlearning that it's bad, it still always hits me. Like I already know post grad I'm going to be like going through it a little bit. And that's normal and that's fine. But, I think what's different is like today I know that When I moved from high school to college, it was a change and it was so scary, but I've grown so much and I've done so many amazing things from it. So now I'm just like, okay, this is another change in my life and it's going to be a bump in the road and it's going to suck for a second, but then it's going to be even better than it was before. So yeah, change can be really good. And also, like, low key, like, not just in like a big way, like graduating and like this and that, but like, I say this all the time, but like, for example, if you're like working or if you're feeling really shitty one day or something and you've been like stuck in the same room all day, change your environment. Like things like that too. Like change your setting, change what you're doing. Like just things like that. Change is good and we need to incorporate it in our lives more and be okay with it happening because if everything were always the same, like life would be so boring. Okay, these are the last two. I'm unlearning the fear that taking a different path means I'm lost. Absolutely. Does not mean you're lost. I think this just goes back to comparing yourself. And I mean, I'm still like dealing with this and like, figuring it out. But yeah, you have to trust yourself and you have to know yourself, to trust yourself, goes back to that self-care. Like take care of yourself, spend time with yourself, get to know yourself. And at the end of the day, when you're confident in like the choices that you make, know that you're meant to be on the path that you're meant to be on. And no one's life is supposed to be the same. And that would be so boring if all of our lives were the same. Like we would be so boring. Like you were not made on this earth to be like every single other person. Like embrace what makes you different and follow that and go towards what makes you excited, even if it doesn't make somebody else excited. Be confident in knowing that whatever you choose, it's going to work out. And sometimes you choose the wrong path, but then you learn that that was the wrong path, and then it brings you closer to the right path. I thought I was going to do econ. It went horribly. Then I switched to film and media, and it's going excellently, but I would have never found my current major if I hadn't done econ. Oh my god, there's a baby bunny. Oh my god. Okay. I was. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so tiny. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. That I was saying I would never have found my major. Guys, the baby bunny is so cute. Oh my god, it's so tiny. I would move the camera to show you, but it took me a minute to do this setup. I don't want to show you what it is. I need to invest in better equipment. Oh my god, it's so small. Okay. And it's looking at me. Okay. Last one. I'm unlearning that being unsure where you're going doesn't mean you're not moving forward. Yeah, I think this is one that really hits home for me today because I don't know where I'm going, but that doesn't take away from all the growth that I've experienced throughout my 4 years in college, throughout my life so far. Yeah, 100% agree. It's okay if you don't know what's going to happen next. And you've already grown so much. And imagine all those times where you weren't sure what you were doing and now look at where you are today. Like, would you tell me that you didn't move forward through all of those things? Like, no. Like, I thought that I was moving backwards when I changed my major because I was like, oh my God, I have to start like all over again. And like, there's so many classes that I have to take, blah, blah, blah. No, actually looking back on it, that was me moving forward. I was entering the next chapter of my life, the next thing that I wanted to do. And yeah, and here I am today, and it led me to where I'm at. That was a really short little episode, but I wanted to do something quick because I know we're probably all super busy right now. I know I'm busy, and I think that listening to what other people are unlearning, what I'm unlearning, I think it's great. And maybe you heard things that you didn't really consider, or you're like, oh my God, me too. Like, I totally agree with that. And it makes you feel like somebody out there is going through the same thing as you. Yeah, I also really like just like asking all of you what, like, asking all you guys these questions because I think your answers are like so insightful. And I also like learn from you. Anyways, if you liked this episode and you want me to do another one like this, like a little short little episode, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on my YouTube channel, and I will be back with another episode soon. Bye.